How do we put an end to the old term, the same old lions? Let's talk about it. There was an article that was put out on the Sideline Report that basically went into detail of the history of the phrase the same old lions, and I really don't want to get too much into the history of it, so if you guys would like to know or learn a little bit about it, definitely go check out the article. It's very interesting. But anyways, you guys can go check that out. But in this video, we're basically going to be talking about how in the world can the Detroit Lions end this dumb, probably the worst phrase I've ever heard in my life, the thing that just gets on my nerves so much when one person says it, and that is the same old lions. I can't take that phrase. I don't know about you guys, but that phrase just drives me crazy. So how in the world are the Detroit Lions going to stop that phrase? How are they going to stop that from coming up over and over and over again? Well, I think it's a little bit deeper than you would initially think. I think the first response is automatically, well, win the division or win a playoff game. But this is a phrase that has gone back for years and years. And even though the Detroit Lions have won divisional games, they've been pretty far in the playoffs, this term has still found its way back to the Detroit Lions. It seems like every time they lose in a pivotal moment, then the same old Lions occurs. And when the Detroit Lions start a season off hot, it once again occurs. You can go back to 2013 when the Detroit Lions were in a position to win the division with a hurt Aaron Rodgers, and the Detroit Lions, basically, it was their division to lose. And what did they do? Well, they lost the division. So with that being said, the same old Lions really made its face. The same old Lions was a thing that we've heard about, and now every single year it seems to come up. Last season, the Detroit Lions had a lot of hopes after a 9-7 season, bringing in Matt Patricia. We're not the same old Lions. We're going to go places this year, and then we go 6-10, and we can hear this phrase come back up, S.O.L. So what is same old Lions? Well, that actually originated from the S word, out of luck, okay? I'm not going to actually say that on here because I don't like saying that stuff. But anyways, that's what it came for, and now known around Michigan, it's the same old Lions. So like I said, I hate this term. So how do we end this term? Well, I think on the surface, like I said, you would think win a playoff game, win the division, and it'll end. But like I said, we've done that before, and that term is still a thing. So into detail, how would the Detroit Lions end this? Because if you think in 2019, if the Detroit Lions finished and they won one playoff game, how in the world would we call ourselves the same old Lions? At some point we would lose, right? If we won the division and we lost in the playoffs, we'd be the same old Lions because we blew our chance in a home game. If we made it to the playoffs, won our first game, and then lost our second game, we'd be the same old Lions because we didn't get all the way to the Super Bowl for our first chance. There's always going to be a way that we are the same old Lions. What is the ultimate goal that we can reach in 2019? Well, it's obviously winning a Super Bowl, something that we've never done before, somewhere we've never been as Lions fans. So wouldn't that end the phrase, right? Probably not, okay? Now, here's the thought behind it, and it's super unfortunate. If the Detroit Lions somehow won the Super Bowl in 2019, which I believe we could, if we won the Super Bowl in 2019, you would have to believe this term is over. There's no way we can call ourselves the same old Lions after winning the Super Bowl. But it will find its way back because the Detroit Lions would have won a Super Bowl, but no one cares because it would be the following season in 2020. As soon as the Detroit Lions don't win the Super Bowl once again, we're the same old Lions. People are always going to find a way to call the Detroit Lions the same old Lions, and it's the worst phrase in the world. So I really don't think the Detroit Lions can end this phrase. Like I said, this has been going on since the 90s, really since NFL has started. You can go back to the 1950s when the Detroit Lions were a good team. They were winning championships. They were still called the same old Lions. But they were winning championships. I understand that, but there's always a way. They always find a way to bring this up, and it's super unfortunate. But me, as a Lions fan, I'm deciding not to take that anymore. I don't want to hear it, so I just ignore it. If you call us the same old Lions, I don't really gonna go with that. I don't believe we're the same old Lions. And whatever we do, it's always going to come up. So if I'm telling you guys as Detroit Lions fans, don't worry about this saying. We're going to end this saying. I don't want to hear it again. And if you guys do hear it, don't pay any attention to it because it's dumb, okay? Because it'll always find its way back, and it's just one way that people can hate on the Detroit Lions because every team is hated on. You can look at every team that has success in every single sport, even if they don't have success. You can look at the Warriors. They're hated on. No, they cheated. They got the best players. The Patriots, well, they cheat. They win football games because they cheat. You can look at bad teams in the NFL. Obviously, they're going to be hated on, just like the Detroit Lions. We're the same old Lions. So we're done with that phrase. I don't exactly know what our new phrase would be, but you guys have to let me know that in the comments below. Now, the new old Lions doesn't really make sense. I've said that before. It doesn't really sound right. But if we said the same new Lions, that, again, doesn't make much sense. But I think there's a way that we could make a cool saying to go with it, and I think that would definitely be some sweet merch. So let me know in the comments below if you guys come up with any kind of saying that's not the S.O.L, but instead something that's better. And it can be the S.O.L, but it just doesn't mean same old Lions, as long as it means something positive, because I want to change that narrative into something that we can really build and start here on this video. We're no longer the same old Lions, and let's start that today. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below, and let me hear your ideas. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.